Welcome back in, y'all. Another edition of Pro Sports Podcast. I'm right here on my lunch break once again, man, in the same spot, around the same time. Damn, yesterday was lit, bro. Yesterday, the NBA had most of the world captivated. There were so many great games. There were 3 great games that I watched. It was a good day for the NBA. It was a really good day. I feel like most of the projected winners won. The Nets Celtics pretty much worked out the way everybody thought it would. It was a nail biter, a record amount of lead changes, 18, 19, 20 lead changes, and a game-winning shot. Also had a Kyrie Irving performance for the ages. Not his most spectacular performance all the way, but I think it was because if KD would have got going, let's just say if KD would have got going in the second half, found his stroke, found his rhythm, and him and Kyrie were on, I would probably say Kyrie would have ended with 45, 46. But because, it was more pressure on him since KD wasn't cooking, it got kind of tight for him. All around, Nets Celtics, that's going to be
a hell of a series.
Okay. That series, we're not going to know what's up until we see 2 games in Brooklyn. Like they always say, a series doesn't start until a road game is won. The series hasn't really started yet. We're still seeing what's what. One thing I will say is this, though, that worries me. It worries me. Steve Nash. Here's the thing. Steve Nash has been playing KD and Kyrie 40 minutes the whole season. He's definitely been dragging KD. And I'll say this. KD said it numerous times. He told Steve Nash he wants to go back in. He told KD controls his own minutes. So not much Steve Nash can do except be a coach, say, no, I need you to sit down and get some rest over the course of the season. He played 40 minutes a game just about for the last 2 months of the season. They still ended up in 7th place. We're now seeing the wear and tear on the defensive side, because one thing that happens when you're tired, it's not that you can't, it's that your body just doesn't go. Your body it doesn't move exactly when you tell it to, when you're tired, when you're that tired, when you're actually fatigued. It just becomes like stuck in sand, like the Hawks. The Hawks yesterday, was it yesterday? I want to say it was yesterday. Yeah, Hawks got drugged yesterday. I want to say it was because they looked tired. I saw Trae Young sprain his ankle, I want to say in the previous game, and it took a lot out of him. You don't see any lift on his jumper. You don't see any lift on his floater. He doesn't look like he has that automatic first step on you at this moment. I'm not sure how much they can do with a day between games at this point, but you're really in the playoffs, man. You just hope to stay healthy because you don't have time to recover. That the playoffs is made for the physically durable, mentally durable, high IQ, able to play at any pace team. And I don't see the Hawks as one of those teams. And that's just getting exposed, it's going to be tough for the Hawks, man, because when you're so dependent on the Trae Young pick and roll, and now you lose your big man Capella, who was the escape route. He was the bailout. Clint Capella, the perfect bailout. He's going to stay in his spot on the short corner, the baseline, in the dunker spot. That's what they call it in the NBA, the dunker spot. And if you break down that guard up top that's guarding you, he's going to be there for the lob because his man has to come help. His man is going to naturally come help. So he's the perfect lob threat, the perfect bailout for a small guard. John Collins is pretty good at that too. And the Hawks just, when you're talking about guys like Gallinari, Bogdanovic plays decent strip defense. Like he's going to strip some balls loose, but he's not a guy who's going to stop somebody from getting 20. He's not a guy that you want to throw out there and say, hey, go get some stops. They have like 3 guys. They have like 3 guys who can really play defense. So the Hawks are in trouble. Something just doesn't look the same as last season. Either that or the league, everybody watched the Hawks in the playoffs last year. The high pick and roll is coming. You just have to be physical with Trae Young. He's getting a lot of that Steph Curry treatment where they're making it hard for him to move around on the court. They're making him work just to get open. And the Hawks really need somebody else who can handle the ball Rajon Rondo, that Lou Williams type of guy who can crab dribble into the paint and also create. And sometimes Trae Young, man, you ever see him get like open catch and shoot opportunities because nobody else is dribbling the ball. Like, nobody else is playmaking. So there's a glaring hole in the Hawks on offense and on defense, and I think that might end up being a first round exit. Sad to say, I don't know, man. It's going to take a heroic effort from Trae Young to pull that off. Bulls Bucks went exactly how we thought it would. I can't say that the Bulls are a Lonzo Ball away from being true championship contenders. I can't say that. That's not something that naturally wants to come out my mouth. DeMar DeRozan has proven over his career, even though he's having an MVP year, he's proven that, you know, he's not a number one guy. So it's like when you're watching the Bulls play, it's just like, who's the guy? Zach LaVine is a very inconsistent three-point shooter. He seems like he's having problems getting into the lane and finishing on balance, which is strange to me. And I don't know, man. Something about Zach LaVine. This is a man, when nobody's watching, can go get 50. When everybody's watching, might give you 15, 20. You know, and you really need a 30-point game from Zach LaVine. You really need him to be the next guy for the Bulls. Because when I watch Vucevic, man, Vucevic is a savvy offensive player, but when push comes to shove, man, Vucevic just lays down, I feel like. You know, he was going at Lopez. He was going at Brook Lopez for a couple quarters, and then you could tell Brook Lopez is like, hold up, man. Let me go ahead and bully this dude. I think it was one time he drove the ball from the three-point line right past Vucevic. Vucevic fouled him. Brook Lopez gets the and one, and it's
like, yo, Vooch is unplayable at sometimes, man.
He is. And to be a big man in the league now, you have to be able to guard on the perimeter. You're going to get switched out. You have to be able to guard. Having Vucevic out there is a problem. He can't move his feet fast enough. He's just not physically gifted in that way. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you're talking about going up against Giannis, and you have nobody that can guard Giannis. Not that there's anybody in the league who can guard Giannis, but you don't even have like the Heat had Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, guys that could at least get in his way. You know, the Suns have Jay Crowder. You know, Ayton can be down there. They've got a couple bodies who is at least capable of roughing it up. And I don't see the Bulls, man. Giannis didn't even turn up. That's what I feel like. Giannis has a different level, almost in the same way where you think of like a Jordan, a Kobe, LeBron, one of those type of guys where it's like, okay, we've seen him in a situation last postseason where he absolutely had to be great, where he absolutely had to score the ball. He absolutely had to get blocks and rebounds almost every time down the court, and he literally did it. Not every player can do that. I mean, not every player has the mental fortitude to push that button when needed. And I mean, you've seen it in a few instances in LeBron's career where it's like you're going into an elimination game in the playoffs, and it's like, you know, he needs to be great, and he really goes out there and he'll put up a 45, 15, and 8, a 38, 12, and 10. You know, we've seen guys like Kobe go get 40 off 25 shots. You know, we've seen it. We've seen KD be super efficient, get the job done on a night where you absolutely knew he needed to be great. And I feel like that's something that Giannis has in him that not too many other players in the league have right now. He is a get down and dirty, muck it up, run you over, dunk over you, spit flying and all type of player. It's not a lot of those guys. It's the last of a dying breed right there. So I'm gonna give the Bucks the edge over the Bulls. I'm gonna actually say, man, DeMar DeRozan has to get hot. Zach LaVine has to be on fire. Caruso has to give you 15. That's a lot to ask, man. I don't think they were really thinking about the playoffs when they were putting the Bulls together, because on paper, you know, with Lonzo Ball thrown in there, they got a decent regular season squad, but you know, it's really a regular season team with a regular season player in DeMar DeRozan. Pels and Suns was exactly how we thought it was gonna go. Man, I was wondering how bad. I actually thought the Suns were gonna beat them by 30 before the game started, just because that's a team that I don't feel like they're gonna play around with you too much. Like, They have so many guys, bro. The Suns are so freaking deep. The Suns might be the deepest team since that Warriors team. Because you're talking about Chris Paul at the point, who has figured out where to pick his spots and how to win games. And you have Devin Booker, who comes and goes to me. I mean, he was pretty consistent in the regular season, but it's not about regular season for me with guys like that. We already seen you score 70 in the regular season. We've seen you win 60 plus games now. I want to see in the playoffs, when Devin Booker needs to be great, where is he? Where was he at the end of that last game, bruh? Where was he? All I remember is Chris Paul carrying. All I remember is Mikal Bridges doing great. Mikal Bridges played like he was the second best player on the team. I swear, man. Devin Booker is a special talent, but there's just something's just off, man. Like superstar-wise, something is missing. So tonight, y'all. Tonight we got the Jazz and the Mavs. Luka is not gonna play, unlikely to play. He actually got relisted as doubtful, so you really don't know. They're really playing with the money lines. He's probably not gonna play. They said that he was working out earlier today and was limping around. So, and we all know, anybody that knows about a calf strain, like you can't do much. It's not one of those injuries where like your bone pops out or you're not cut or you're not bleeding. But it's one of those things, like as an athlete, if you can't push off, you can't use your calf, you can't push off, you can't explode, you can't change directions. Your knee is more vulnerable to being hurt. You're more vulnerable, you're more susceptible to hurting your foot and your ankle. All kind of things can stem from having a bad calf. That calf is connected to your hamstring. It's connected to everything. So it's not something they should force him to come back. I say if they go down 2-0, he has to play. He has to play. Unless you're just chalking it up to, we'll grab a free agent to replace Porzingis over the offseason. Because Spencer Dinwiddie's good, but it's not a replacement for Porzingis. I don't give a damn what they try to say. You cannot replace a Porzingis with a Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, I will say this about the Nuggets and Warriors. I think the Nuggets are going to get one. Because I know they have another level to go to. I don't think they can access it as easily without Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray, but I know for a fact Jokic has another level, and that team, Will Barton, Bones Highland, all those young guys, they can shoot better, they can play better, they can take pressure off of Jokic a little bit better than they did in game one. I'm gonna actually go Nuggets beating the Warriors in game two. I don't know where Steph Curry was in that last game. I didn't watch it from beginning to end like I did the other games, but all I remember is Jordan Poole flying around, saving the day. What do you have? 38, 39 points. The Warriors, I don't know, man. Something's missing there, and it might just be a big man. They don't have rim protection. I can't see who the hell is stopping Jokic. I don't know who they have for Jokic or how Jokic played so poorly in comparison to his regular season in that first game, but I expect the Nuggets to at least win one game out of the series, and I think it's going to be game two. I think it's going to be an away game. I think they saw a way that they could slow Jokic down, and it might make you a little comfortable, and I think that he's going to have a big-time game. I think Jokic is going to have a 30-10-10, at least 30-15-10. I'm going to go 30-15. 30-15 and 8. I'll go that, because I don't think the rest of his team is going to play like super great, because it's the playoffs, and the Warriors do have that playoff level defense at times. They know how to access that. So I'm going to say 30-15, and let's go 6 assists. Let's go 6 assists for Jokic. And I expect them to win tonight. I expect Jokic and the Nuggets to upset the Warriors, split the series, go back to Denver, where they'll drop both those games. I think that the Warriors will prepare better to be a mile high up, and they'll have their minds right. But yeah, that's my call on it. Surprising to see Kyrie Irving getting into all that crap with the fans, but also not surprising at the same time. I saw a video like him walking off the court, and somebody saying, "Hey Kyrie, you suck," and he says, "Suck my dick, bitch." And it's just like, bruh, the man said, "Kyrie, you suck," bro. He didn't say nothing about sucking dick. He didn't say call you no B word. Not saying they don't get called that or said that, but that video clip I saw the man is just saying, hey, Kyrie, you suck, as he's walking back through the tunnel. And it's like, Kyrie, how can you get mad at that, man? First of all, you took a L yesterday. Expect the away team's fans to be passionate in the playoffs, buddy. Okay? Secondly, you told the Celtics you were going to re-sign, left them hanging, and that was at a fan event. That was at a fan event. He told them, I'm going to re-sign. I want to be a Celtic for life. I'm coming back next year. And then he ghosted them all summer and then left. So, I don't know what he wants to be a victim of, man. He wants to be a victim. I'm not going to speak too long on him because I don't have no feelings towards him personally, or obviously not personally. I don't know the man. But as far as what's going on the stage, like, he seeming like he wants to be a victim. And I'm not sure what the agenda is on that, but dude, you can't be mad because fans are cursing and saying you suck, and you did them like that. Now, if you were playing in Toronto and they was calling you all kind of names, okay, yeah, I got a problem with that. But bro, don't sit here and act like you don't know what the deal is. You get to call them scorn lover, and then they can't tell you how they feel about you. Anyway, playoffs are underway, man. It's a good feeling. Games on every night at this point. Good games on every night. Teams are playing hard. They're diving on the floor for loose balls. They're sitting in a chair trying to play defense. And we're gonna see what's what, man. I have the Timberwolves with the upset in the first round right now. Just after seeing what I saw, man, the way the Timberwolves are playing, it's like they figured it out. Like, we have three guys. Like, it's like they haven't known. It's like they didn't know what they had until they're up against real competition in a real moment, and they can survive. They can compete. And now it's that confidence builds, man. That's a dangerous thing for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's a dangerous thing. They better hope Ja stays healthy. They better find out where the hell Jaren Jackson Jr. is, because I don't know where the hell he is. Yeah, they got some problems, man. Memphis has some issues right there because they're playing against another young team. They're young, and they're energetic, and they play together. They like each other. So there's two similar teams there. And as far as structure and where they are, but Memphis has been like put on a pedestal all season. So, you know, we're gonna see what's really what. And, but I'm gonna holler back, man. Respect up. I'm in a dunk contest tonight, so I'm gonna be doing that, and then after that, I'm gonna be tuned in. I probably get to see the second half of the Mavs Jazz game. Maybe second half of the Mavs Jazz, and then I'll watch the whole Nuggets Warriors game. And we'll holler back at you tomorrow. Much respect.